What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I forgot to wish everybody a happy Friday, and you know what that means. Regardless of what's going on in my life right now, we are going to have the live stream. Yes, the show must go on. The Storytime with Stock Market Steve live stream starts tonight, and we're going to do it a little bit different, being that my grandfather, who I speak about a lot on my live streams that you guys come to watch and hear the stories about, John Wash, has passed away this week. And we're going to celebrate his life a little bit. We'll talk about our favorite stories tonight, and we'll maybe share some new ones. But I mean, everybody that's accustomed to coming to the live stream, hopefully I'll see you there. We'll celebrate the life of the man that helped me, you know, along my travels and made me, for the most part, who I am. So it'll be tonight at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. But I'm going to get into this story. I did this story yesterday, and it broke Wednesday morning, this past Wednesday morning. And it's about a woman that was stabbed, and her son as well. His name was Jaydone Perkins. He was 11 years old. He lost his life, while the mother is still in the hospital fighting for hers. Now, they're saying that she's stabilized right now, and thank God. But domestic violence is an issue that's plaguing society, not just in America, but abroad. But this case right here, after looking into it and seeing some more details that have come out, this thing right here was, man, it was bad. This is one of those, what can you do? Not what would you do scenarios. What can you do? It seemed like a lot of people dropped the ball in protecting this woman, and she did everything she could within the guidelines of what they tell you guys, you ladies, to do out there when somebody's stalking you and threatening you, and it still didn't work. Take a look at this news article, what they're talking about today, and then when we come back, I'm going to show you something else that's going to shock you. Check it out.
Headquarters with details.
Dina and Jewel, there was a press conference here moments ago that just wrapped up, and the superintendent, along with Kim Fox and the 40th Ward alderman, were all here, and over again they kept describing how this was a tragic event that happened just a few days ago. Now, this deadly attack happened on Wednesday, and police say that it was domestic related. Now, according to CPD, 37-year-old Cressetti Brand was taken into custody the same day of the attack. He is facing first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder charges, along with other felonies. Police say Brand has an extensive criminal record, including home invasion and a history of domestic violence. Police say he was released a day before Wednesday's attack and was out on parole. The state's attorney says a 33-year-old woman was in a previous relationship with Brand years ago and had an active order of protection in place. Now, on Wednesday at around 8 in the morning, officers were dispatched to the Peterson Plaza apartments near Peterson and Ravenswood Avenues in the Edgewater neighborhood. Police found 11-year-old Jaydone Perkins with multiple stab wounds to his chest, and his 33-year-old pregnant mom sustained multiple stab wounds to the body. They were both taken to the hospital, but Jaydone did not survive. Now, Jaydone attended Pierce Elementary School, and last night classmates, loved ones, and friends gathered at a vigil to remember him as a talented student who loved dancing and acting. The 40th Ward alderman describes the type of person the young boy was, even in the moments leading up to his death.
Jaydone, in a moment, trying to get to school, right? The door opens up, and he does what anyone would do if you see your family in danger. He tries to defend his mother. He was a victim of this kind of attack.
Police say that there was also another child, a 5-year-old, that witnessed this brutal and deadly attack. They said that he is okay and he was not injured. And they also say that considering the circumstances, the 33-year-old pregnant woman remains at St. Francis Hospital and has been stabilized. We're live outside CPD headquarters. Andrea Medina, WGN News.
All right, thank you, Andrea. If you're in crisis, you can reach the National Domestic Violence Hotline by calling 800-799-7233.
Guys, that's the news. And 11-year-old Jaydone Perkins is a hero, man. He died defending his mom. I mentioned that in the other thing. I said, he probably died defending his mother, and that was the case. This guy was in elementary school, and here's some savage comes and stabs this man multiple times. He brought the hell of prison into the house of those people. Released one day before going over there and doing that. And that's not the kick, guys. They had the press conference in which I watched, and I recorded a part that I want you to hear that the news didn't mention. And it's shocking that this guy was even let out of prison. Take a look at this.
The 37-year-old male offender has been charged with 1 felony count of first-degree murder, 1 felony count of attempted first-degree murder, 3 felony counts of home invasion with a dangerous weapon, 1 felony count of armed robbery with a dangerous weapon, 1 felony count of aggravated domestic battery, 1 felony count of unlawful use of a weapon by a felon, 1 felony count of violation of an order, prior violation of order of protection, and 1 issuance of a warrant for parole violation. Investigations like this are never easy, especially when they involve children. Immediately upon learning of this incident, Area 3 detectives responded and began collecting evidence and witness statements. During the investigation, detectives learned the 33-year-old female victim was in a prior relationship with this offender more than 15 years ago. This offender has a history of domestic abuse, and as the superintendent mentioned, is a convicted felon who has had previous order of protection violation convictions. The offender was serving a 16-year sentence for home invasion and aggravated assault when he was paroled and placed on electronic monitoring this past October. While he was on parole, he threatened the female victim via text and also showed up at her home. He was sent back to prison in February for this parole violation. The offender was released on parole on March 12th. The day after he was released, he returned to the victim's home where he attacked her and fatally stabbed her 11-year-old son. Her 5-year-old son was also inside the residence, but was not injured. Video evidence shows the offender running from the scene with the knife used in the incident, which was later recovered, as well as other belongings. Several individuals were able to provide important information that led to the identification of this offender, who was taken into custody hours after the stabbing.
Guys, that's the particulars of this situation. This dude right here shouldn't even be breathing right now. When I saw that press conference and that lady came out and gave them stats, I was like, what could she have did? She did everything she could do. This guy is a bad dude, man. And he had it to where this woman was terrified. Seriously. He got paroled in October. He contacted her, even came to her house after they told him specifically, don't do that. Got sent back in February. It's his fault, nobody else's. Goes in there, stewing his own juices, released in, March 12th? Attacked her the next day when they were supposed to go to court for the hearing of protection against this monster. Knocked on the door. Now he been locked up, 8 years? She had a baby since then, with child now, building a future with another guy. Some people can't let stuff go. So they had a previous relationship 15 years ago. So he been locked up 8. The relationship was 15 years ago. 11-year-old Jaydone Perkins protects his mother against this guy trying to kill him, trying to kill her, loses his life, right? 5-year-old child has to witness it, and other child. So she got a fiance now, right? I think he was key with identify him, because in the other thing he said, I know I think I know who did this, because they already knew they had no known enemies, and the writing was on the wall. I don't know where he was when this situation was happening, but you could see he was devastated in some of the videos of him hugging on people consoling him. It's crazy. Different times in life, people get their act together, or they might find love, or they might find somebody they want to walk that walk of life with as a partner and do well. And here comes somebody that you mess with and don't even think about no more, can't let go, want to dominate you, and then come back and just decimate everything you trying to build with somebody else. Look at this dude, man. He looked like crap. Loser. Seriously. Everybody, I guarantee you, this dude, everybody's problem, his problem, he make everybody else's problem. Never his fault. Where's the self-reflection? These type of dudes don't self-reflect. They don't look in the mirror and not like what they see, because they don't even know what the fuck they looking at. It's a damn shame that this woman and other women out here, right, are succumbing to this type of psychological abuse. Think about that. She can't even have peace with the man she loved, knowing that something is lurking in the shadows that wants to do something to her, and ultimately took the life of a child. See, that's the thing. When you go in front of these panels and you talk about how serious it is and everything, nobody knows what the threat is except you. Yeah, they hear you, but they don't know themselves because they're not in your shoes. There are people out here, man, you can't get through to. And this is one of them. This dude beat up 4 separate, he got 4 separate protection orders against 4 different women. And he ain't figured it out. It ain't nothing wrong with them. It's something wrong with you. But don't even care. A lot of dudes out here, man, got anger issues, and it's just who they are. My thing is this: you whipping all the ass of these women, right? Now, this right here leads me to believe he mad, thinking she caused him to go back to jail when it was all his fault. You doing all this stuff to all these women, you gonna get old one day. A lot of these women you fighting on, he killed his kid in front of this woman, so you know there ain't no discretion in him fighting on these people. They got kids. They're gonna remember you. Call him as an MF, you know what I'm saying? Either way, man, I wasn't raised in a household like that. I done seen my grandma and granddad go through it, where, they went in each other's face, but they said some crazy stuff. But my grandfather had reserve, and he knew it was just a temporary argument. And the emotions that he had, are nothing compared to the lifelong, achievements and experience he has with the one that he loved, is my grandma. Some people are not raised in households like that, and they can't, manage relationships without violence. This guy right here should have never been let out. And this right here needs to be, and this is the thing I don't understand. You see cases like this all the time. Violation of protection order and all this other stuff. It's funny how we keep national stats and all this other stuff, but we never change laws when we see holes in them. We never fill those holes. We just, it's a one-time incident. It happens too infrequently or whatever. Nobody ever thinks about, hey, we got to make these laws to where they're tight, meaning, it ain't no loopholes in them. Maybe this little boy, Jaydone Perkins, may he rest in peace, still be here. See, this little boy's gone. Just look at this whole thing. This animal achieved what he wanted. This little boy's gone. He was doing what he was supposed to do, protect his mom. He's gone. His life cut short. Don't know what he would have been in life. Said he was talented and people loved him. 5-year-old child sees that. You don't know the mental ramifications that it would have on him or her. Because I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times these dudes that are brutal like this come from violent households, and they feel powerless. And they grow up seeing, violence in the household. Hell, a lot of times they see their father, who they look up as a man, beating on women, and it transfers to them. And that's how you have to handle them sometimes. It's a sickness that's out here, man. And a lot of times in our own anger and trying to push our opinion or control on somebody else, and children are watching, it spills into them. All in all, man, this whole thing is stupid. It's dumb. Then this lady, they said, is stabilized. And they didn't say anything about the child, so hopefully the child is okay too. But that stress and trauma on her body could have been devastated with her carrying a child inside of her, because they share the same, fluids and blood and all of that type of stuff. The stress level could have been catastrophic. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Listen, when you see flags, don't just look at it one time and wait again to see if it pops up. If you see it, get out of there, man. For real. For real. It's somebody for everybody. Sometimes it takes patience to find them. And that's real. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.